Hey T babes, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Tiara and thank you guys so much for coming to watch me and listen to me. Yeah. So, you got my handy dandy laptop right here. I took some notes and I want to give you guys a video. This is actually going to be an advice video because I care about my T babes and I want you guys to do good in life, do great in life. So I knew somebody and they were in college and they at the time were going through a very rough time in their life and they could not continue on with school at the moment. They were taking 3 classes. One of their classes they were already doing great in. So like they really didn't need extra time or anything. Like they had took a similar class before, so they already knew what to expect. So they could fly through that one easy breezy. The other 2 classes, this person actually had to study for and like make sure they knew all the material. Her one teacher, she explained the situation to her one professor. That professor, they were super generous with her, super nice, and basically gave her extra time to do her work. The other professor that she was already getting a good grade in, she explained that situation to her professor as well, even though she probably wasn't going to need the extra time. That professor was also super sweet, super caring, all of the above. Another professor she had was super rude, and he was very much obsessed with ChatGPT and AI, and he did not want you to use any type of AI or anything like that during his class. The person's other classes, they were not as strict. Like they didn't really care as much. I mean, they cared, but like what could they do about it? But this specific professor went out of his way to make sure his students were not using AI. I mean, like the classes that this person I knew was taking, they were online, and she basically had to, when it come to like taking tests and stuff, she would basically have to be recorded, video recorded and audio recorded, to make sure that she's not using AI or anything like that to take her test. This professor was very rude to her when she explained her situation, and anything to him was like cheating, anything at all. It doesn't matter if he was like going through something in life. It doesn't matter if like, you know, you had all these situations going on or whatever. You were just like, you know, it doesn't matter. It was his way or the highway. He had no leeway when it came to his students at all. And that professor ended up failing that student, which was the person I knew. And while the other professors gave the person I knew extra time to finish her assignments, the other professor failed her. He was not understanding. He wasn't understanding about late work or anything like that. She knew this professor was like kind of a jerk the way he was. She knew he was kind of a jerk the way like he was already dealing with his students, the way he was so obsessed with AI and not using it. That's what he was obsessed with was not using it. And she actually had classes where they told you, oh, you can rely on this part, but not on this part, you know? They actually specified, but he said no AI, no anything. Mind you, these are classes that she's taking at home. And while she didn't use AI on this class because it was, you know, they were recording you, video recording you, like taking your test and stuff. So there was no using AI anyways. He was still very much obsessed with the way she wrote papers, everything. He was obsessed with it. If you copied, he had to see you typing. He had to see you typing out what you were saying, like what you were writing when it came to papers. And if you out of nowhere copied and pasted a big chunk of words, he was going to consider that cheating. He was going to consider that, using AI, whatever the case is. And so he really was controlling. And it's okay to want your class to be able to go, a certain way. But the reality is people are not in front of you. So really they could do whatever they wanted to. I mean, yes, besides recording them, but he just went to extreme lengths and he still gave bad grades. That person ended up failing that course because he would not give her extra time to do her work. She ended up taking it the next semester. I want to say it was that summer semester. And she retook it with a different professor. She got an A, and she loved her professor that she retook the class with. She loved this professor. He might have been her favorite professor. Later on, she is taking more classes. She tells herself she's not going to take that professor anymore because it's clear, it's just odd. It's just weird. He won't work with her. He's not saying that she's going to have not saying that she would have another situation come up to where she would need extra time with her work, but it's the simple fact of how his attitude was when handling the situation. She did not want to deal with that. He was super obsessed with AI and not using it, and she did not want to insert herself in that again. The next semester, she had to take classes, and she was taking a class that was required for her major, and she already had it scheduled, but there was something to where she had to either take the class the next semester, that specific class, she had to move it to her next semester, or she wasn't going to be able to do something that she was involved in. So it was an organization or internship or something like that. So she really wanted to do that thing. So she ended up switching around her classes, but that meant she still needed to take that class that was for her major. She still needed to take that. And she wanted to get the class out the way. And the only professor that she was able to take the class with was the professor that she had previously, because every other professor, their classes were full. So she had to make a decision. She said, am I going to take this class and just get it out the way? Or am I going to wait for it to open with another professor? She ended up taking the class. He was literally obsessed with this student. I don't know if he was I don't know what he had going on, but he had something against her. I don't know if it's that he remembered her from a couple semesters ago or what, but he hated anything she turned in, anything she had to write out. He accused it of being AI. He accused it of being, oh no, I don't, even if it's him seeing what she's typing, seeing it word for word, because remind you, he doesn't want anything copied and pasted. So even if he sees it being typed out, he sees where it's coming from, he is still giving her an F. she turned in a presentation. He told her it was pretty, but basically it wasn't what he wanted. It wasn't what he expected, and it wasn't what he wanted. That presentation was like 300 points. Guess how many points she got? Zero. Zero points. And that alone was a huge chunk of her grade. It was clear that this professor had something against her. He told her her presentation was pretty, but it's basically not what he wants. So he gave her a 0. He didn't say, oh, is there a way you could do this or do that? He just flat out gave her a 0. Her presentation was on the paper that it was supposed to be on, but because he didn't like it, he gave her an F. He also gave her no credit for a lot of like other assignments that you can like write out. And he also said that the test that they take, even though they're worth points, they don't count towards your grade. Which I don't know what that sounds like to you, but that to me, that sounds crazy. That sounds ridiculous. So for someone to give this person no credit, keep giving them no credit, and the thing that they do get credit for, which is the test, because they're doing good on the test, because the computer grades that, so they're doing good on that, and that doesn't count towards her grade. She tries to withdraw from the class because she realizes that it's a problem. There's an issue going on here. Things did not go in her favor, and now she has to raise up her GPA again. After she had to raise it up before, when he failed her before, not because she wasn't doing her work, but because she needed a little extra time, and he told her no, and he failed her anyways. Even though she had some issues going on, he was not understanding. He failed her anyways. The second time she took him, he started just failing her just because anything she turned in, he failed her. That never would have happened if she would have never took him a second time. You see how somebody is. You don't need a second time. You don't need to give them a second chance. Nothing. If they did you wrong the first time, they're going to do you wrong the second time. This applies to professors, friends, family, everybody. It applies to everybody. Your boyfriend, you keep taking him back. Why? He cheated once. Leave him alone. Your girlfriend, she cheated once. Leave her alone. I think that some people are addicted to emotional abuse. They keep going back for more. This person keeps hurting you. You keep going back for more. Why? You just were crying about this person for 3 days, and now they hit you up and you want to talk to them. They already showed you who they were. Why do you keep going back to them? Your baby daddy, he keeps cheating on you. Why do you keep going back to him? So what? You guys have a kid. So what? Leave. Do you know how many people don't care that they will be a stepdaddy? They will be a stepdaddy. There are other people out there for you. This person don't want to act right. You can't make them. You cannot make them. This family member, they showed you that they don't like you. They showed you every chance they get, they're going to throw jabs at you. They're going to try to nag you. They're going to try to bring down your confidence. They're going to always say something about you. They're going to say something about your body. They're going to say something about the way you do your makeup. They're going to say something about the way you dress. They're obsessed with you. And you keep going around them, and they want to make you feel bad. you are their punching bag. Are you going to stop being their punching bag, or are you going to keep going back to them? That friend, she slept with your boyfriend. She slept with your crush. Are you going to befriend her again, or are you going to forgive her and move on? The correct answer is forgive her and move on. Once you forgive her and let her be your friend again, baby, if she did it before, she's gonna do it again. And not only that, if you let someone get away with that and you continue to be their friend, your other friends, hopefully you have good friends, but if you don't, your other friends, they're going to see that and they are going to, oh, she let her get away with it. She let her get away with it. I don't know, this new guy she talking to, he kind of cute. Maybe if I put some booty shorts on and bend over in front of him, he gonna be looking at my butt. Like, that's how they think, y'all. That's how they think. They think, oh, you let her get away with it and you remained her friend. You let her get away with it and you remained her friend. Oh, I'm gonna do it to you. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Stop letting people disrespect you. They see that somebody else did it to you and you remained friends with them, they're going to do it. But you know what? It's not too late to change. Just because you let her do it and get away with it and remain friends with her, it's time to cut her off. And then when somebody else want to do it, you're not going to give her a second chance. You're going to, bye. You're not going to give her a second chance. I had a best friend that she knew that I went through things with like female friendships. She seen that people would try to sleep with the person I either liked or was dating or whatever. And guys, they're going to take it, especially if you're not giving it to them. They're going to take it from somebody else. And that's fine. They can take it from somebody else. But my friends would go after the guys that I was talking to. And then they would come up with the most ridiculous stories, acting like they don't know who, they didn't know it was the guy you were talking to or whatever. That you could show them their picture, their name, their my chart, everything. You could show them, this is the guy that I'm talking to. You know what they're gonna do? They know how you met them. You met them on a dating app. You met them on Hinge. Baby, they're going to get on Hinge. They might even pay for it. That's how desperate they be to get what you have. They might even pay for it. They're going to find that person. They're going to have sex with them. I don't know if I can say that word on here, but they're going to find that person and they're going to mess with them. And that actually happened to me. But they're going to do that and then they're going to come back and they're going to think, oh, you're so nice. You're going to let it slide. Because you let it slide with other people, you're going to let it slide with me. You have to. We're best friends. You have to. I'm your only friend, or I'm one of your only friends. You cut all your other friends off. I'm going to do you dirty. And then you're going to keep me in your life because you want to have friends and you don't have any other friends right now. No, babe, cut them off. You can be friendless for a while. All you need is Jesus anyways. Jesus is going to provide you with new friends. You don't have to put up with anything from anybody. Jesus is going to provide you with new friends. If your family members keep dogging you out, keep acting a certain way, if your family members keep treating you a certain way, you do not have to continue to talk to them. Leave them where they are. God will provide you with new people to talk to, new people that actually treat you like family. Or maybe you can get close to family that you haven't really been close with, family you didn't grow up with. that's still your family. You don't accept disrespect from someone and then remain their friend. You don't do that. Once someone shows you who they were, you are supposed to leave them alone. My friend showed me who she was. I had friends show me who they were, and I would continue to be friends with them. And they don't see that as, oh, she's giving me another chance, let me do right. They see that as, oh, you know what? She did this. I'm going to do her even dirtier next time. Oh, she don't care. She's letting me get away with it. Bet she let me get away with this. I'm gonna go mess with the next guy she talked to. I'm gonna do that. Oh, she let me get away with not telling her happy birthday, even though I know it hurt her feelings. Oh, I'm not doing it next year either. Watch. And I'm not gonna come to her birthday either. I'm gonna make up some excuse on her birthday to make her feel bad. Y'all should take birthdays serious. I mean, maybe it's just a personal thing for me, but birthdays are special, and it's the day for someone to actually show you that they care about you. People will literally not tell you happy birthday, wait super, super, super late to tell you happy birthday. I've had friends do that to me, and they thought they were ruining my day. They thought because of what they were doing, they were ruining my day. If someone finds a way to, if someone goes out of their way to hurt your feelings or do something to you on your birthday, that person does not like you, and you should get away from that person. Your best friend should be, when she gets up in the morning, she should be telling you happy birthday. She shouldn't be waiting till 11:59 at night to tell you happy birthday when your birthday is about to end in 2 minutes or 1 minute, whatever. Like, I have people do that to me too, but it's okay because I clocked it. I seen, okay, I cannot be this person's friend no more. After this, I cannot be this person's friend no more. After what they did, I can't be this person's friend no more. And if I do decide to continue to be this person's friend after they have already showed me the type of person they are, they showed me that they didn't like me, why do I want to continue to be this person's friend? I don't know. But now they're going to turn around and do something crazy to you again because they don't like you. Just like the thing with the professor, he personally had something against that student. Now, I'm not going to just throw out any like allegations or anything like that, but it's clear, especially from his feedback, the way he was talking to her, trying to downplay her. Oh, your presentation is pretty, but that's about all it is. It's appealing to the eye. It's pretty. It looks nice, but like what? Like, that definitely sounds like some misogynistic like thing to me. It's like, I don't know, that's what it sounds like to me. And like, yeah, it's not limited to anybody. It could work. It could be with family, friends, associates, whatever, people you used to work with. You're literally, why are you still friends with that girl and she tried to get you fired? Why are you still friends with her? Why are you still friends with that girl on social media and she tried to get you fired? And you still have her on your TikTok. This person tried to get you fired. They don't need to be seeing anything of what you got going on right now. If you don't work with them anymore, then they don't need to see you. They don't need to know what you got going on while you work with them. That's another thing. Don't tell anybody anything. Like, anything that people can use against you, they will use against you. So you need to be smart with that as well. You guys, it's really important to learn how to forgive people and move on. We have to forgive people because we want to make it to heaven. And we're not going to make it to heaven if we're not forgiving people. So therefore, we have to forgive people, not for them, but for us. For us. We'll feel so much better after we do it too. But forgiving people does not mean allowing people to stay in your life or giving people another chance if they come back around to try to be in your life. Be smart. Learn from the first time. If it happened the second time, learn from the second time. Even though there shouldn't be a second time, but if it is, you need to learn from that time. Don't let it happen again. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and coming to listen to me yap. Please follow me on all my socials. My TikTok is TIARAABBYY. And my Instagram is baddie_TXO. Like 0. And yeah, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for coming to watch me and listen to me yap. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.